Hey!
Hi.
We have a track review of the hottest thing right now. That's Metallica announced their new album, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Comes out November 18th. It's a double album, and they put out their first song, Hardwired.
Yeah. Kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
kind of
really out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't complaining because it helped me listen to the song a lot, and then 1057 decided, hey, we're going to play it every hour.
Yeah. I know they were saying they were aiming for 2016, but I actually didn't think it was going to happen.
I mean, they've been, it was 2015 for a while.
How many people actually thought it was going to happen, though?
Oh, I mean, Lars was just probably like, let's just put it out. Or somebody like that.
Yeah. So it is a double album. It's going to have 12 songs. The track that they released a long time ago, Lords of Summer, is not on the album unless you buy the deluxe version.
All right.
Which is like...
I mean, that song was okay, so...
I barely even remember that song. It's been so long now.
Yeah.
So, but let's dive into it. It's the first song they released, title track, sort of, yeah. Hardwired. It's about 3.5 minutes long.
It's like the second shortest Metallica song they've ever put out.
I believe
which is weird because first album it's Motor Breath, I think, and then this, and it's like
I believe Spotify has this at 3 minutes and 11 seconds exactly.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
Metallica tour with 311 confirmed.
Oh,
damn it!
You know what? It might actually happen.
Please no.
Just because.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go first. I actually enjoyed this song simply because of it's probably the closest Metallica's gotten to what they had in the 80s since the 80s, and I just kind of like that this song is not your usual Metallica fare. You know, usually Metallica songs are like 6 minutes in length, and there's like 7 or 8 different sections to the whole song. Whereas this is, fairly straightforward. There's, a little bit of an intro, verse, chorus, short middle section, solo, last chorus, ending the song. Boom, done. Again, 3 minutes. It's done with. And I like that because it's different from how they've done it. Two things that I noticed, which is also commentary on their last album. I like the production for the most part on the song, which I'm assuming was a similar production on most of the album then, and it's not overwhelmingly loud to the point where some things get muddy. It actually is kind of toned down a little bit. The drums are a little stupid sounding at times. I swear every time I listen to it, I'm more convinced that the 2 double bass sections are probably doctored up and not. I mean, I heard from that demo of Lords of Summer, and either they spent just a lot of time, and that's probably why it took them an extra year. Because they did say 2015 just because just Lars in a booth just trying over and over again to hit it perfectly. But
wouldn't surprise
me. No, it really wouldn't.
Also, that video from when they did the motion cap for Guitar Hero Metallica also comes to mind when I think of that. Yeah. But back on the track of this, like when I said that this is more like how they were used to sound, in the 80s, where they tried that with Death Magnetic. But my problem kind of with Death Magnetic, which is a fine album, it's okay. They tried too hard to do like, well, we used to do this, and this, to the point where even the song layout, like what song comes where, is like the same as they did in the 80s. Because, Ride the Lightning, Puppets, and Justice all kind of have the same song structure, where this song, the ballad goes here, and then this song happens at the end, and here's where the instrumental goes, and things like that. And that album follows it almost to the dot, to the point where it's muddied a lot. Whereas this is like, fuck it, let's just write, and it just came out that way, which I think is good because despite what you think about anything that Metallica did after the Black Album, even Saint Anger a little bit, even though that album's bad, you can kind of, I at least personally can kind of respect a little bit that they're like, all right, we're just going to write things and let's see what comes out. And it's, yes, Saint Anger didn't turn out well,
Lulu.
But I can respect the fact that it's like, oh yeah, let's just write and see what happens. Whereas this, again, it just seems like we're not going to be like, our songs have to be 6-7 minutes long. It's like, let's just write a song, and this is what came out. The chorus is funny to listen to. I laugh a little bit every time I hear it. Kirk Hammett still just likes to wank off on his guitar when he solos. Didn't notice the wah though. There's not as much wah, which I was heavily surprised on.
Yeah,
I was like,
when
wow.
the solo came in, I was like, all right, here we go.
I was like, oh, and maybe in the beginning, I'm like, no, wah? Wow.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, I was just kind of like, all right. And then I guess if I had to say, like, there's a part of the song I really liked was like when they kind of slowed the beat down during like the very like last 10 seconds of the song. I was like, yeah, and then it stopped. I'm like, but yeah, I mean, it's an okay song. I like it. Like I said, it makes me hopeful for what this album is. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not quite as versed in the entirety of Metallica as either of these two, but I do, I'm very familiar with a lot of their work. And this song just kind of struck me as it's okay. It's not anything really special. It's really only special in the fact that it's probably one of the shortest Metallica songs ever written, which really surprised me, and I kind of appreciate because, I don't always feel like listening to a 6, 7, 8 minute epic of a song. It's like, oh, this is nice and short. But I think the problem with it being so short was they kind of really didn't know where to go with the riff, because it's just kind of the same riff for the entirety of the 3 minutes, except for the solo. And when they slow it down at the end for the last, 10 seconds. I mean, James' vocals kind of were okay. They didn't wow me. But then again, he is getting up there in years. He's been doing this for a very long time and been singing the exact same way for 30 plus years. It's going to wear on your voice after a while. Yeah, like Keith said, the chorus kind of makes me giggle a little bit. Just because it's the vocals and the music don't really match up very well. But then again, it was, kind of out of nowhere. It does sound very old school Metallica, except for the length. It just kind of didn't really go anywhere for me. But that's just, kind of how I felt about it. But yeah, overall, okay song.
I'm not blown away by this song, but this song still puts a smile on my face. No matter how old these guys get, no matter what you think of them from earlier in their career, I still get very excited and giddy when Metallica announces a new album.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I fucking remember the day Death Magnetic came out. I remember I was sitting right on that couch, had the fucking radio on when The Day That Never Comes premiered for the first time. I was like, I'm fucking stoked, and I was so excited. And I think that song's a way better song than this song if you're comparing first singles.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, they're two totally different styles of song at the same time. When the song starts off and it's just, some triplets and Lars is matching it with his snare, I was like, oh boy, this could go in any fucking direction. Where's this gonna go? And I didn't expect this riff. I didn't expect this song to be this energetic and kind of ferocious. I just didn't think that. Yes, there was thrashiness in a way on Death Magnetic, but nothing I would call true fucking thrash. Yeah. This is the thrashiest that they've been since 1988. Yeah, it really is. And I just didn't expect it, but, it's a song that's, there's not a whole lot to it, but it will get stuck in your head. Mm-hmm. Like, the fucking vocals are like, whatever to me. But they do get stuck in your head. And, I mean, the solo's fine. It's a Kirk Hammett solo. Like I said, I'm not blown away, but still puts a smile on my face, and I agree with Keith. It makes me hopeful. It makes me hopeful that, hey, this could be a pretty banging album. Who knows? But this is the problem Metallica's always going to have if they keep putting out albums. It's just the expectations are sky fucking high, and everybody's going to want a Master of Puppets and Justice for All, or even a Black Album. They're never going to hit it again. They will never, ever do it again.
Hit that trifecta. No. Like, it's like...
I'm just hoping for a bunch of good new music from Metallica to listen to. You know, that's what they had to do with Death Magnetic. I feel they did try a little too hard because this song gets straight to the point. Whereas songs on Death Magnetic just kind of were drawn out for the sake of being drawn out, it felt like sometimes.
Suicide and Redemption. God,
that's fucking songs. Fucking awful. And then they're like, let's do a third Unforgiven. Like, I mean, it's an okay song, but it's like, it just didn't.
It's like,
didn't
need
to. Yeah. You really didn't have to do the second one. The second one's alright. It's definitely 1, 2, 3 on that one. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, it's fine. It's a fine song. I'm excited. I think, this is probably my most anticipated album of the rest of the year just because I'm so interested in what it's going to be like and why is it a double album? I'm sure those long songs are still there.
I was going to say,
it's 6 songs on each disc.
I was going to say, if there's only 12 songs, like...
Yeah. 6 songs on each
either they're both
sticks.
Really short albums, or...
Yeah. I don't know. So, we'll see. But hey... New Metallica to chew on. That's exciting. It's been 8 years.
I noticed like they take longer each album.
Yeah.
It's almost consistent throughout their career. Just 5 years in between Saint Anger and Death Magnetic, and then 8 years, and before that it was like 5 years between Reload and that, and then it's 4 years. I'm like, Jesus.
Well, I remember hearing once, and I forget where I heard, but it might have even been James said something like, "Yeah, we've got like 600 plus like song ideas like for future albums." It's like, well, what's taking you so long if you've got all these ideas?
It was also thinking. I listened to this song and then I remember back to when, like, I think it was Lars that said, "Yeah, what we're writing right now is like in the vein of like Death Magnetic Part 2," and I'm like, and then I listened to this song and I'm like, maybe like
maybe
just
I think the thing that gets me most excited about Metallica's new album is that you usually tour to support an album.
You come around every once in a while. At least once.
I want to see Metallica again so fucking bad.
I want to see him. Period.
Yeah. Metallica was like the 3rd or 4th show that I ever went to, and I was like, so cool. November 18th, mark your fucking calendars.
Is that what you're gonna be jamming to when Rise of Iron September?
Yeah, I was saying Rise of Iron's like in a week.
What is coming out in September?
Or November?
A shitload of stuff.
Or November, yeah.
A lot of stuff. A lot of big
November.
Stuff.
Yeah. So we're gonna go see Black Sabbath. It's gonna be a good day. Today was a good day.
This video's gonna stop, and then we're just gonna
get in the car and go.
Basically,
get in the car, get our dicks out, and go.
Yeah.
You can play with my gear shift.
Yeah.